Let's get right into it. Number 9. Drink your pee in the desert. Ah yes, the golden rule of survival. Literally. You're stranded in a baking hot desert. Lips drier than your group chat. And someone remembers a life-saving tip from some bloke on telly. Drink your own wee, mate. Here's the thing. Unless you're Bear Grylls with a film crew and a protein bar hidden off camera, don't. Urine is not some magical hydration smoothie. It's your body's waste. As in, your kidneys already decided. No thanks, we're done with this. Chucking it back in is basically recycling garbage and hoping it turns into Gatorade. Plus, the salt and toxins in urine can make you more dehydrated. It's like trying to quench your thirst with soy sauce. Counterproductive and slightly tragic. Now, can some people survive this in a pinch? Technically. But only if it's the first pee of the day, you're severely desperate, and you filter it. Otherwise, you're just sipping your way toward kidney damage. Moral of the story? If you're ever stranded and considering becoming your own drink dispenser, maybe don't. Shade and silence are better friends than your bladder. Number 8. Play dead if a bear attacks. This one's been passed down, like family heirloom nonsense. But the truth is, it really depends on the bear. That's not comforting, is it? If it's a grizzly, maybe playing dead will work. Flatten out, protect your neck, and hope it's not in a mood. But if it's a black bear, playing dead makes you the entree. Black bears are like, sweet, no chase, easy feed. You need to get big, loud, and aggressive. Channel your inner tradie at a pub when someone knocks his pint over. The key difference? Grizzlies often attack out of defense. Black bears? Sometimes they're just hangry. So giving up and lying down is like saying, sure, dinner's ready. I even marinated myself in fear. Bear attacks are rare. But misunderstanding the species, that's dangerously common. So if you're ever in the woods and see a bear, don't just remember one-size-fits-all advice. Remember, brown, lie down, black, fight back, white, well, you're probably stuffed. Number 7. Suck out the snake venom. Right, so you've just been bitten by a snake. Your mate panics, whips out a pocket knife, and starts sucking at your leg like he's auditioning for Outback Vampire Diaries. Because, of course, someone told him that's how you save a life. Here's the cold. Scaly truth. You can't suck venom out. Not only is it useless, but it's also risky, unless you're keen on giving yourself or your mate a bonus mouthful of poison. The venom spreads through your lymphatic system, not just sitting politely near the bite like a puddle, waiting to be slurped. Also, if you cut the wound, congrats. Now you've added blood loss to your growing list of problems. What does work? Pressure immobilization? Wrap the bitten limb tightly. Keep it still, and stay as calm as humanly possible while waiting for help. Which is hard when your leg feels like it's been kissed by death. But hey, better than trying to French kiss the venom out. Basically, unless your name is Dr. Venomologist S. McSnakebite, don't treat a bite like a juice box. Call emergency services and stop trying to DIY your way into a hospital bed. Number 6. Rub frostbitten skin to warm it up. You've seen it in movies. Some poor soul's fingers have gone all purple and stiff. And their heroic mate starts rubbing them like they're trying to polish a magic lamp. Because apparently, friction equals warmth, right? Yeah, nah. That's how you make things worse. When you've got frostbite, the tissue is already damaged. Like, cellular level damaged. Rubbing it is the equivalent of stomping on a bruised banana and wondering why it's not healing. You're just tearing up the skin, breaking blood vessels, and inviting infection to the party. What you actually need is gentle, controlled warmth, not direct heat from a fire or hot water bottle that'll cook your digits like sausages. Think warm water baths, not boiling, calm down, slow rewarming, and, ideally, medical help ASAP. And if you're still out in the cold with no way to rewarm the area properly, don't thaw it. Sounds wild, but if you rewarm it and then let it freeze again, the damage is way worse. As in, say goodbye to that toe, levels of worse. So no rubbing, no clapping hands like a motivational speaker. Just keep it covered, keep it insulated, and try not to become a human icy pole. Number 5, swim parallel to the shore in a rip. Okay, this one's tricky, because technically, it's not totally wrong, it's just usually misunderstood, and sometimes dangerously so. Everyone says, if you're caught in a rip, swim parallel to the shore. Sounds simple, yeah? But, in reality, panicked swimmers hear this and start sprinting sideways like a crab on Red Bull, burning all their energy, still getting dragged out to sea, and now with less breath and more regret. Here's the real go. Don't fight the rip head on. Stay calm. Yes, hard when the ocean's trying to abduct you. Float to conserve energy and assess. Often, the rip will spit you out beyond the breakers where it's easier to swim back on an angle. If you can swim sideways comfortably, do it. But don't thrash about like you're in an action movie. Your goal is survival, not cardio. Also, raise one arm and signal for help. Lifesavers are legends, but they're not psychic. Don't try to be a hero. Just stay afloat and stay visible. And if you're not sure there's a rip, probably don't swim there. Or at least listen to the flags and not Gary from the BBQ saying, "She'll be right." Number 4, punch a shark in the nose. Ah yes, everyone's favorite bit of pub trivia survival wisdom. If a shark attacks you, just bop it on the snoot. Because, apparently, sharks are like aggressive toddlers who just need a good boop to the head. Reality check? You're underwater, flailing like a dropped meat pie and trying to aim for the tiny tip of a shark's nose while not drowning. Good luck with that. The nose is sensitive. Sure, but it's right above a mouthful of regret. You miss by an inch and you're basically feeding it knuckle sandwiches. A better move? Go for the eyes or gills. They hate that. It's less about knocking them out and more about making them uncomfortable enough to bugger off. Also, don't just stand around in the water waiting for your moment to shine. Get out if you can. Sharks don't usually want to eat humans, but if they do bite, it's usually a test nibble. You don't want to be the one who fails the test. So next time someone says, "Just punch the shark," tell them to demonstrate. From inside the ocean, in a wetsuit made of steak. Number 3, boil water for 1 minute and you're sweet. Righto. So you're out in the sticks. You found a questionable puddle that looks like it's got more wildlife than a dam in Darwin. And someone says, "Just boil it for a minute." Too easy. Here's the catch. Boiling kills a lot of things, but not everything. It doesn't magically get rid of chemical nasties, heavy metals, or that dead frog floating just off to the side. Boiling does kill pathogens, viruses, bacteria, parasites like Giardia, but if you're at altitude, say in the mountains, water boils at a lower temperature, meaning you'll need to boil it longer. That quick 1-minute bubble might just warm the germs up nicely without actually wiping them out. Also, don't forget the container you're boiling in. If it's dodgy plastic or coated in something toxic, congrats, you've made poison tea. The proper advice? Boil water for at least 3 to 5 minutes, especially if you're not sure what's in it. And ideally, combine it with filtration if the water's murky or looks like it came from a haunted swamp. So, yeah, boiling is great, but don't treat it like a get-out-of-gastro-free card. Be smart, or you'll be spending the next 48 hours with nature's worst buffet running straight through you. Number 2, if you're lost, just follow a river. Classic wilderness wisdom, right? Rivers lead to people, towns, help. So if you're lost, just follow the river and you'll stumble into a lovely cabin with a cup of tea and a warm blanket. Yeah, unless the river's leading you deeper into nowhere, through cliffs, thick scrub, or straight into a bloody canyon. Following a river might help in some places, but it's not always the smartest or safest option. You could end up stuck between steep gorges, facing dangerous rapids, or wandering for days alongside a water source that loops around like it's having an identity crisis. Plus, if the river's running low, there might not be clean drinking water anyway, just mud and disappointment. What's more reliable? Getting to higher ground so you can get a proper lay of the land? From a hill or ridge, you can spot roads, smoke, structures, or other signs of human life? Way more helpful than blindly hugging a riverbank like it's going to save your life with zero effort. In short, rivers are helpful, but they're not your bush Uber. Use your head, not just old wives' tales. Number 1, you can eat snow for hydration. Stranded in the snow, mouth dry, spirits low, and then, aha, nature's slushy bar, right at your feet. But wait. Before you go chomping snow like a desperate ice addict, here's the catch. Eating snow drops your core temperature, which is the last thing you want when hypothermia's already eyeing you off like lunch. Even a small handful of snow can pull valuable heat from your body as it melts in your mouth. Do that enough times, and suddenly your survival story includes shivering, slurred speech, and an awkward segment in a rescue documentary. What's safer? Melt it first. Use your body heat. A fire. Even a sun-warmed container. Warmed water keeps you hydrated without turning your insides into an ice rink. Also, snow isn't always clean. It can have bacteria, pollutants, or traces of whatever wandered past last night. yellow snow's obvious. But even the pristine white stuff might have microscopic regrets hiding in it. So unless you're trying to win a Darwin Award, maybe treat snow more like raw meat, potentially useful, but definitely not straight from the source. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.